as international women's rugby was preparing for the World Cup, so the Red Roses were going into the Six Nations, and you got your first cap against Italy. But this cap should have come like 3 years ago, along with your bestie, Marion Elworthy. What happened?
That was a very interesting experience. We went to France. It was the COVID year, so it was like technically a friendly against France. We went on this sleeper bus thing, and then the French, I don't really know, they forgot to put money in the meter or something, and the lights in the stadium went out. So we didn't get on the pitch because I think it was a funny one. If England won, then their standings at world number 1 stayed, and if a match goes over 60 minutes, then the score counts even if the game can't go on. So the coaches chose to not play on. They chose to just take the score as it was and take the win. So me and Marion didn't get on our first caps. It was very strange. It feels like some kind of fever dream. It didn't really happen in my memory because it was just all very weird.
Yeah, you can laugh about it now, but at the time,
yeah, it's a good story. It's actually quite funny to tell people that. And I remember going back to my uni halls, and I was in freshers, and I don't think people really understood what was happening, and they were like, "Oh, how was your game?" And I was like, "Oh, didn't get on." And they were like, "Oh, next time." I was like, "Oh, it was meant to be my first cap for England," but hey ho,
next time was 3 years later.
Yeah,
so you really had to kind of wait around, and you got that cap against Italy last year in the Six Nations. Mm-hmm. What was that day? They actually had some lights on for that game.
Yeah. I think it was in daylight, so there was no chance of the lights going off. That was really cool. It was up in York. It was really cool for it to be in like a new place. I've never been there before, and it's not a rugby stadium, it's a football one, and it was just a really nice day. It was everyone in England makes a big deal out of debuts and stuff, and I think it was just a really cool day. And Lucy was the other 9, and we're good friends, so that was really nice. And at halftime and stuff, she was like, "Oh, I'm really excited for you" and everything, and it was a really good experience. And it was, good day. It was a good day to finally get it done.
So for the men's England team, you have to sing a song on the bus, don't you, if you make your debut? Does that mean you've had to sing 2 songs? Do women do the same kind of traditions?
Yeah. I didn't have to sing on the first time. That would be really, really cruel if they made us sing and we hadn't actually got on. They're not that cruel there. I did have to sing the second time.
What did you sing?
I think I sung Pink Pony Club, because that was like
It was the song of the time.
It was a song of the time, and I really, really can't sing. So that probably wasn't a very good choice, but...
And your family all went? Emily went up, and your mum and dad, and your brother?
Yeah, brother was there. Whole family was there, which was nice. They trekked all that way up. It was like a 6-hour drive or something. I don't think they were particularly happy. My family all live in and around London, so I think it would have been a lot easier if my first cap was at Twickenham or somewhere near London. But
where's the challenge in that?
Yeah, it was nice. They got to explore York, so that was fun.
So after the Six Nations, then it was started getting down to narrowing that squad down for the World Cup squad, and you didn't get in, which I felt you dealt with really pragmatically. I'm sure you were disappointed. How did you come to terms with that disappointment?
To be honest, I didn't entirely expect to be there in the first place. So it was kind of like for me, I went into pre-season thinking like, I'll give it a good go. I'll try as hard as I can. If, I don't know, for whatever reason it happens, but if not, my expectation, because just logistically I knew that they would probably take 2 9s. If they took 3, then that was a question mark. It was then a question mark whether it be me or somebody else. I wasn't overly disappointed because I didn't expect it in the first place. It was kind of just a bonus thing if it happened. And it was really cool to be part of it here. I know obviously I wasn't playing, but all the stuff happening around the city, going to those media things, the Black Ferns came to, what did they do? They came to meet the mayor, and then me, Emily, and somebody else had to go and do it. And I saw some Morris dancing there.
Scones?
Scones? Yeah, scones, obviously, cream and jam. There were so many fun things, and it was really cool to see Stanley Park packed out for a women's game. And did a lot of the flag bearing. It was actually really fun. So even though I wasn't at the World Cup, the whole experience of watching all the games down here was really, really fun. To see the engagement that it had in the city was really nice to see. And it was loads of my friends played, so that was nice to watch them. The Canadians and the Irish girls played here. There was lots of games where you feel connected to whoever's on the pitch, and that was really cool.
It was a joyful time, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
But then you got to do full pre-season with Chiefs, so yay. And all you can do, I think, if you have that disappointment, is play as well as you can for your club, because that's how you get selected for squads. How do you feel you fared this season? I mean, have you tried to change anything for this season to A, get those selectors looking at you again, and B, obviously to help Chiefs along?
Well, I obviously had my specific feedback from England of what they wanted me to do, and then as a scrum half, I think a lot of what a scrum half job is just speed of ball and your service. So I suppose that's the main thing I've been trying to get better this season, is just get the ball out as quickly as possible, just get in and out of the rucks. That sounds very simple, but that is my main job. So I suppose that's the main thing I've been trying to do this season. But apart from that, not going crazy with anything, not thinking I've got to play out of my skin here, just doing what I do best, and enjoying it. I really enjoyed the rugby this season, and I think that really does help when you're the culture this year at Chiefs is really good. A lot of stuff we're doing is quite player driven as well, so being a scrum half, you're involved in the strategy stuff, I'm in the leadership group and that sort of thing, so a lot of what we're doing is our own ideas. Obviously not all of it, the coaches are still very much part of all those conversations, but I think that helps with buy-in, and it just helps when you're on the pitch. You have a better understanding of what's going on and you're able to sort of drive it a bit better.
Do you have any role models in the game, from the men's game or the women, for scrum half?
Growing up, Danny Kerr was always my favourite. I actually don't think I'm similar to him in any capacity, so I don't know why he was my favourite. I really like Ben Spencer. He's probably my favourite scrum half at the moment. I don't know if I'm similar to him, but I really like the way he plays. He's really quick, but very in control, and he's very good at defence, which I like. I like a defensive nine.
You were called up to the Red Roses camp at the start of this year, so when we had that break around New Year.
Mm-hmm.
What do you learn from these camps? What do you get from them?
That one was lots of meetings, so it was sort of a review and a looking forward to 2026. It was sort of a review of the World Cup and how that went on. And I suppose for me it was just interesting to see what everyone thought and how the World Cup went. And obviously you're looking at how that World Cup went as a spectator, and so you have no idea what's going on in behind the scenes. So that was interesting to see. Oh, okay, that was happening, and that's why that came out on the pitch. So I suppose it was just interesting on that part, and the learning part was just seeing how they process those things and seeing how they look at stuff and go, how can we improve, instead of just going this is rubbish, or these things are really good, let's make them world class, let's make us number one in the world for it. So I suppose that was the learning curve for that.
We're now days away from joining the pre-Six Nations camp, which you're in, which is fantastic. We know there's no guarantee for selection for every single game, but it is a step closer for you, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. There's no guarantee for selection. There's a couple other very good nines in there, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, very excited to go in. The start of it, I think it should be very interesting. with the context of it, it's post World Cup. It's a new World Cup cycle. There's a fair few new players in there, so I think it'd just be really interesting to see how it goes and to see the changes that happen, and excited to get stuck in really.
And big game at Twickenham with Ireland kicking us off. I think there's 60,000 tickets sold already.
Yeah.
I mean, if you were selected, that would just be amazing, wouldn't it?
If I was selected, that would be great. Very cool to play in, but there's a very big if there. But that would be an amazing game, even just to go watch, or to be a TR. And I think just seeing Twickenham like that. I've never been to a women's game where it's been all those. Actually, that's a complete lie. I have. I've been to Twickenham before when they played Ireland, and there was 50,000 people there. Yeah. So that was really cool to see. Yeah. And Twickenham's a lovely place. So.
And your parents can get there much easier than
so that would only be an hour and a half away instead of 6 hours, so that would be good.
I mean, everyone here really hopes you get to put on Red Roses jersey this time around in the Six Nations, get another cap or two, but you're only 24. You've got plenty of time, haven't you, to break in. I feel like you've played the long game already, how much 3 years in between your chances. Yeah. But do you feel your patience will pay off eventually?
Hopefully. I think I try to be very patient, and maybe being patient isn't the right thing to do. Maybe it's being impatient that will get you where you want to be. But I've not done that so much. I think, yeah, hopefully it will pay off, and I suppose like just playing in the Prem, having like the experience of that, and the last few years, I feel like I've gotten to where I want to be as a player a little bit more. And so it's just like, yeah, every year on year developing. So hopefully it pays off, but we shall see.